All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a mid update here on my what I'm up to. This is Thursday as this patch version came out. I don't know why it's still okay. That's European. I was gonna say is it August 12th? No, December 8th. Basically, they have revamped all of the blocks, which is largely good. This is hurting my frame rate. I think having the missing textures. It's weird. I would getting like 29, 31 frames, where I usually get like 50 or 60 at this base, but it might just be reloading stuff in the world or whatever too. But the new blocks look great, but mod blocks less so because there are no textures. I'm sure these are going to be updated relatively quickly, but I actually like how the new textures look enough that I think I don't use that many really. I have a lot of mods installed, but most of them I'm not really using. I'm using a couple of the weapons, which the new turrets look awesome. So like one of my problems was I just thought the other turrets were derpy looking, but the new turrets actually look really awesome. And although these the 1x3 armored slant blocks are the ones I use the most, I think I can swap them out pretty much on all my ships. Like this one here, there is a default one for that one. It's just two different blocks instead of one. I usually just use the one, but I think I can fix a lot of this and get it to. I'll probably leave the 1x3 block mod installed, but I can get rid of a lot of these mods. Everything looks a lot better now. The tools are better, and just kind of want to take a look and see how things look. Obviously, all these corridors look ridiculous right now. Like I said, I'm sure they'll be updated before too long. Ooh, the computer looks cooler. This will all be old news by the time this comes up because it'll probably be like a week or so before this episode gets uploaded. But I think I'm going to keep the door mods. Oh man, look at those cargo blocks now. Let's turn on some light. Yeah, those look. I like how everything's all like scratched and scuffed, like it's used. All the catwalks look so much. Oh. Damn, everything is so much more detailed and awesome looking. I don't know what to say. But I think I'm going to strip out most of the modded blocks. I'm definitely going to strip out the modded blocks from the ships because I'm going to put those up on the Steam Workshop. Some people have been asking for that. So I am going to post definitely the mining ship. I'll probably just post all three because it's simple to do. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time today just kind of doing general maintenance. This building here is kind of dependent on the 1x3 blocks. So I think I'm going to leave the, like I said, the angle blocks. But I'm going to strip off the mod blocks from these and get them up on the Steam Workshop. And I will be back like after a lot of work because I think I'm actually just gonna get rid of these two. I like how the other blocks look now. I think I'm gonna simplify things. So I will be back after lots of boring work is done. And so I went on an inspection tour over here of the Venture, and I was optimistic that everything had made it through the update. Aside from the textures, obviously, but I'm just waiting for them to be updated. So forgive the purple on the Venture right now, too. But I'm afraid the news is not so good over here. It seems that when the landing gear loaded, this had originally been a station, that station that I had constructed as an experiment, and then I converted it to a ship. But I did not bother to make sure that the landing gear were not clipping into the ground, because it's usually not a problem, and I figured when we took off, they would just come out of the ground and everything would be fine. The only problem with that is that the landing gear got updated in this update, and as near as I can tell, it caused some problems. So let's take a look at the damage here. All of the landing gear are gone, so the ship is resting on its hull. We lost the completed. We had 3 engines completed. In this engine pod. We lost all 3 of those. It's not that much in terms of stuff to replace. It looks like on this side, I mean, that wasn't even completed up front. We lost the scaffolding. The worst part is that we lost a couple of cargo bays. I'm hoping it's not the one that had ice in it, because I kind of needed that ice to get the ship up and running. It looks like the hydrogen tanks on the other side are still working, so I'm sure we'll have enough hydrogen just to lift off. And I'm trying to see if there's any... What is that? There's nickel or something down there. Oh, that's too bad. That's a big nugget of something down there. I'm gonna end up crashing if I'm not careful because this doesn't have a lot of thrust that way. So yeah, we lost, it looks like maybe the nickel container. And like that's kind of superficial damage here. There's craters where everything was attached to the ground. It blew a hole here. I lost... Is that just the... the oxygen generators are okay. May have lost some of the incomplete... No, I didn't even lose the incomplete one. So there's some hull damage here. Looks kind of extensive down on that command deck. But the real trouble is going to be trying to figure out how to right the ship here. Now, I brought a bunch of steel plates and some pipes and stuff with me. And what I'm hoping we can do... None of the drill heads look like they were lost. Well, I think we might have lost the one forward drill, so that's not a huge deal. It looks asymmetrical now when it used to be symmetrical. So I think we lost one drill head. But all things considered, you know, it's not the worst. So let's go ahead and... There's like a weird delay with the spotlights now. Let's see, turn it off. I press the button. You hear the sound. Okay, now there's not. It's the first time I use it. Oh, that time there was a delay too. That's an odd development. Actually, don't really need the spotlight. It's daytime. So, I think what I'm going to do is... I'm trying to figure out... We don't want it falling down the hole. That's kind of the most important part. I am hopeful... Steel plates up here... I'm wondering if it's a good idea to try to lift 4 corners at once. I don't really know what the weight requirements are. Like, how can... Oh, wow, that made some big holes. That's going to be a problem in of itself. I'm going to have to build, like, little platforms in the holes. That thruster survived. These thrusters look a lot... I'm going to probably remove some of this cowling around here. I was putting all these steel plates around because the thrusters were so ugly. But they look a lot better now, so I'll probably simplify this just a little bit, too. Well, maybe not. I'll have to think about that. But, yeah, this is going to be a project. So, I think I'm going to get started figuring out where to attach some pistons. Probably, like, one on the back corner here. One... there. Yeah, these holes are gonna make this such a problem. I hate it when the ice gets all carved up like this in places I don't want it to. Yeah, so we'll put a piston like right here, one on the opposite side in a similar place, and then a couple up front, and we'll try to lift this thing. It weighs, I think, well, it depends on how much. It probably weighs a lot less than that now because that giant rock is gone. Oh, let's try to... Do I have anything in my inventory? I do not. See what it's like down here. Did the cockpit survive? Yeah, it has no texture, but it's here. Lost a couple windows. That's not a big deal. All right, so we lost 1 million kilograms in weight. So it's kind of a lot of stuff. Oh, that lifted the whole ship up. That's kind of weird. It's always a little surprising, like, how much stuff simple things can lift in this game. Like, that, if I fix this one, it didn't do anything else. So, yeah, I'm gonna get those positions. Let's clear some of this former scaffolding out of the way, because it's gonna end up colliding and causing more issues. I'll construct the scaffolding on the ship as I can. Let's see, fixed. I wasn't expecting that update. I would have probably lifted the ship. I think we could have probably lifted off with the thrusters that we had. I wonder... I don't have any gyroscopes constructed on this yet. I wonder if that is even capable of lifting the ship at all, that thruster that we have. Let's stop stockpiling. Let's turn on the... Where's my large thruster? Is this down? That's forward. This one's up. Let's turn the block on. See... Oh, God. Alright, she is fired up. Can it even move the ship? I can't tell if it's even firing. It kind of feels like it's not. Oh, I think I turned off thruster control at this control panel, didn't I? Drill deck, console, control thrusters. Yeah, now it's firing. Can it move the ship at all? No, the one thruster is not sufficient. That's actually a little bit concerning. I wonder how many thrusters it's going to take to move this ship. Well. Anyway, I'm going to get those pistons going, and hopefully everything won't explode in a terrifying, horrible way. It could. It very well could. It would be unfortunate, but it is what it is, I suppose. Alright, so... Whoa, lag spike. Alright, so, I don't know why I keep getting these lag spikes when I look over this way. Okay, it's okay now. I'm parking this way back here because this is going to be a little bit dangerous. And I do not want anything bad happening to another ship for no reason. I turned off all of the power here. What we're going to attempt to do here is I used up pretty much everything I had. I added the thrusters I was going to build anyway. I had the resources and everything, so I guess we'll just grind these down and reposition them into their correct places. They're just kind of smacked down where I had room. This should be enough, I think, to lift the ship. If not, we're going to be in trouble. I just kind of like where the old cargo container was, I just grabbed the conveyor there. So it should work. It'll be piped into the hydrogen system. And then... Oh, there's just like blocks strewn about. So I keep getting these lag spikes. Man, that's a bad one there. Don't know what this is about. I ended up having to revert the save too because the piston shenanigans that we went through ended up breaking things. But I added the thrusters on this side, so I think it has 7 down. There's one. Yeah, there's 7 downward thrusters now. Oh man, this lag's not gonna make it any easier to get stuff done. I don't know what's going on with that. Physics are updating or something. So what we're gonna do here, we can get in. And I grab an oxygen bottle and all the steel plates I have left here. And let's go down to the only command deck we have. Like I said, I turned off the reactors because I want to do this in a reasonable way here. So all hydrogen thrusters, toggle on and off to make sure they're all on. Reactor? Are you just doing the delayed thing here? Whoa, that was loud. Okay. Those thrusters are on. There's a couple gyroscopes on here now, too. Now, I don't remember if at this point this say, yeah, I can control inertial dampers. I can control, let's show this. I have no idea what our hydrogen levels actually are. Oh, God, this is terrifying. We're drifting forward. I can't see. All right, cannot see. Oh, can we stop, please? Like I said, I don't know how much time we have. And it kind of keeps rolling back, which is annoying. God, this is scary. How are you still alive, ship? Okay, okay, okay. Can we hold? Oh, that's damper's off. That's bad. Can it hold? Seems to be holding. Alright, so hopefully we won't run out of hydrogen while I'm out here screwing around. I don't know Actually, let's land real quick. I'm feeling all like panicked. Like I'm like I don't know what to do. Landing gear. I think if we get one landing gear clamped, life is good pretty much from there. And it needs to be high enough that it clears the thruster over here. So how are we gonna do this? Block. Call it. Oh, what's gonna happen if I do this? Is it all gonna? That wasn't so bad. That actually was not so bad at all. Do that a couple more times. We might be in business. I think that's what I'm gonna do actually. Since the ship obviously doesn't quite have enough thrust to properly hold its altitude. I wish the... Oh god, why am... I wish the command deck was a little bit more convenient. Since we don't have enough thrust to properly hold the altitude. Let's just gain a bit. Twist this way. Nose up. And if the ship kind of gently falls back down... Which is what it's... Is it holding? It's kind of holding. So, if I get out there real quick, just add some blocks in. Oh, God. I'm panicking again. And it really just needs to be blocks. We'll sort out landing gear later. I don't know how close to those thrusters is safe to get, but put some in the front. Now, that seems a little better. Then we just get in and twist it again. Oh god, it's taken off on its own. I want to clear stuff more easily. I used to just press 3 twice, like, or one of my tools twice to clear it, but they changed that, and it's stressing me out. Oh god. Everything's stressing me out. A lot going on here. Alright, so now that we're good on that side, let's lift up a little bit. Those hydrogen thrusters sound real cool. Back slowly. Let's get a little bit more altitude so that we have a little bit more time. Let's go out any old hull breach, I suppose. Kind of the nice thing about hull breaches is lots of exits to the ship at the moment. And then once, I don't really care, I don't think, how high these are, because we can kind of, once we get the ship settled, we can take our time and figure this out a little bit better. Get the landing gear actually set and then take off again. That should be stable enough that we're in business again, right? How are we doing for hydrogen bottles? 68% still, okay. So are we sitting on stuff? Is everything holding? Turn off the dampers. The ship seems to be stable. So let's go ahead and turn off the thrusters so we save what hydrogen we have left on the ship. Alright, cool. It's stable enough now that I should be able to come back with the welding ship, attach landing gears. We're away from the hole. How far did we end up? I'm going to end up falling in that hole. I'm just going to be like walking and I'm going to end up falling in that hole. It's not like the safest at the moment, but it should make... I wonder, can I convert it to a station? That would probably be the safest thing to do. I wonder if this is going to break everything if I convert it to a station. That would be the safest thing to do. Info. Don't crash the game. Did it work? What does it have to do? It has to be stationary. Not real sure. Not real sure about that. So I think what I'm going to do is go above deck and swap out my oxygen bottle for the one that's still 100%. And I have a few more steel plates back at the welder ship. So I think what I'm going to do is off camera here. I'm just going to come back, figure out where I need these to be, weld it up, turn the ship back on, and then lower it down onto actual landing gear. But I'm going to get the other arm like this built and do this properly. So this is going to take a bit of time. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to be kind of a lot of work. And then everything should be okay. Man, that's a lot of damage done. I'm really sad about that, losing that why do I keep hearing like a thruster? My jetpack is off. Oh, here's the hole. Sad about all that nickel being on there. I have to go recover that. It's gonna be a lot of work. Yeah, what's down there? It's like parts of the ship and stuff, but it actually looks like I got it almost level, just randomly attaching blocks, so that's good. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the horrible work. I'll probably take the welding ship and just try to square up some of this jaggediness at some point too, but ugh. Alright, so we added oh my god, we added landing gear. I was about to say we broke one, but there's landing gear on 2 of the corners. We have 2 landing gear now, and I'm hoping the inertial dampeners will be good enough to kind of just slowly let the ship down. If we just take out a block or 2, it looks like, did the landing gear lock back here? I guess they did. So we're gonna have to go up into the control area here and hope the gyroscopes can kind of twist. Oh, we are cattywampus, I think is the term. Just kind of hope that the gyros can right the ship here. This is a mess. There's thrusters just slapped on the side of things. It's ugh. I've spent quite a bit of time at this point, dude. By the time this is edited down, it's probably gonna be like 30 minutes long. But I spent hours pretty much sorting this all out. It's been a fun evening. But I think we're close to getting this sorted, where we can just get back to building the thing again. So yeah, I guess we'll just kind of, I don't like being anywhere near this thing when I'm doing this. Looks like the landing gear's holding it though, so we can just chop this thing down square. Probably go take off. I don't know if it's gonna be able, can it hold the whole ship? Evidently it can. Alright, cool beans. Let's twist this thing back, get it to a point where I'll have room to get a landing gear on that side, and we should be pretty much good to go. Nutty. This has not been what I expected out of this update, and I'm sure this is going to end up getting updated. Most of this episode has been pre-commentary, or like not pre-commentary, live commentary, but yeah, we'll just do this nice and slow here. Oh god, come on. I know you can do it. I know you can. I believe. Oh god, it's so scary. The ship is really unbalanced because it has all the engine stuff on that nacelle thing on the left side there still. So I don't think I want to leave it like this for a long period of time. I get the feeling that I will come back and it will have tipped over. So probably good to get that landing gear on the other side and get this thing locked down. But I think I'm pretty much going to end it here because I'm at a point where I can just tidy up a couple of things around here. It's not in any danger of falling in that hole anymore, and I can just get that third landing gear on and have it relatively stabilized, and then I can chop off all these ugly engines and resort everything and get her kind of back to where she was, at least. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.